I'm thinking over... No, it's not Stalber. Could be, though. But no, I've not got the slightest clue.
No, it's not.
Oh, my God.
It's not... It actually has got over Stalber.
I'm definitely stopping now. I'm definitely stopping now.
That's another good shout. Well, nailed it. Over Gatka, down to Prim. So reverse, we see Razor Edge. They are going back to Yaz.
Okay,
They're going to split it with N47. Now, this playing path does not help people like TSM, G2, FaZe Clan. I reckon we're going to see FaZe even going down further on. Maybe, yeah, like you say, maybe going to Prim. They did try to kind of do it once, and I think this time, yeah, I think they've got it
There's no reason not
themselves.
to. They got the entire West Coast. I mean, they know that, like CrowCrowd, they will stop at the compound that you can see just north of Fuzzface now. It's actually one of those gut compounds because there's so many buildings with high tier loot in it. But there's no reason for them not to play the southwestern side, especially considering that it's coming into today only been western or Middle East circles. So might as well get yourself down in that area.
I feel like we've just gone back to 2017, TSM back in North Georgia, Paul. We were talking about the vehicles. I mean, it's so very hard to catch them out. It's just not worth it. Knights are just going to carry on by.
Does this mean that they can't rotate before Circle 4? Wasn't that the TSM thing back then?
Well, FaZe Clan are happy. They don't need to late rotate or anything. Fuzz is still dropping. Okay, let's take the stock of the land, because G2 are obviously a long way from the likes of Farm, etc. So they're probably happy to spread loot. It will bump a little bit into GamerLegion. TSM obviously up in their north. So a couple of possibilities to catch maybe some of the teams off guard. Think of obviously, you know, Desperados may not be expecting TSM here, etc.
One of the things I'm interested in seeing is, we talked a little about it before the last game too, especially with this type of circle, 7 looting chopsticks. That loot spread is not something you see very often. Normally when it's contested with Gatka splits, it's one goes north, one goes south. But an eastern and a western split in chopsticks is not very usual. And Liquid likes to send one of those guys down in those compounds on the west side where we see Zdovnik early on in these type circles. So that's going to be a lot of info they used to have early on that will simply, I mean, they could try and crash it knowing that it's going to be a one-man split so they could commit early. But I don't see them there, or not wanting to do that. They did crash down to TSM last game, but they lost SIMSY doing so. I'm not sure if they would want to do that this time around.
Well, everybody at the moment just going about a loot path. There's not really too much that's going to conflict. Digital Athletics, it's a really northern run for Mert. He's gone well away from the rest of his team.
Yeah.
But he's still safe up there. He knows that Desperados are not going to spread too much. ENCE are happy, Knights are happy. They finally got across. They did steal a vehicle away from N47, so it may leave N47 a little short. We'll keep an eye. Talking about vehicles, 6E has found one of them in Georgia Paul. He's just going to pick up Menox. We saw them both in a video earlier on. Best of buddies, it seems, this pair.
The romantic and the crazy, how was it? Oh, the geeky, that was what it was. Yeah, the geek and the romantic. That's... It's always interesting.
So where are they going to go? They're going to go north route. So this is a standard route for them. I wonder what N47 have got in terms of vehicles. There's normally one over where T-Bone is, sort of over this way. But with one stolen away from them, we'll see.
I don't think they would all be inside the city now
if
it wasn't because they knew for a fact that they had vehicles available already. So they can have 2 random spawns down here by the garages. They'll have 1 hard spawn, which we just saw 6E take before down by the diner, so they didn't get that. But there's at least 2 hard spawns on the eastern road too, and 1 further down towards the yellow compound. So, I mean, they would not be all inside the city if it wasn't because they knew for a fact we have what we need.
By the way, we're at 4 minutes, and some of these teams are yet to move. That's maybe partly based off the playing path. Team Liquid now slowly on the move.
But it's
FaZe Clan on the move.
It's one of those circles where you can go early, but in these areas, very few of these compounds have any walls around them. Like we see right now with ubah running down here in Primorsk. Very few, like most of these compounds are open, and one thing is you can hide behind those walls. Other thing is that's where your vehicles don't lose their tires. So if you hard commit to one of these compounds in the fields early and it shifts away from you, odds are you don't have a car to leave that compound with again.
Tiikzu corner in the open here. Edelweiss is going to throw it out. Is he going to get roll reverse? Where did the nade go? It's gone a little down the hillside. Didn't finish it for the roll. Second one will. Oh no, that was a poor toss. I think he must have got knocked at the side.
Got the backup though.
And yeah, Kravik was going to catch him from the side. First kill of the game. Tiikzu done for the day.
And that's great and very crucial information for Liquid to get, knowing, okay, great, 7 has already moved. if they're fighting with CrowCrowd, that's got to be on the western side, and that, I think, is the only reason we see them push as aggressively as they are right now.
Yeah, they're coming piling past. They wanted a look, and they've decided to divert from the compound. James is very low. Someone's calling hard there. I think Ibby just got a big tag on him as well.
Look at Buster's ammo. 5 bullets. He has not left this compound yet. He has been looting, and now people are coming to him, and he won't get any more loot either. Krabic down. SIMSY finds him with the SLR. James is continuing away from there, and they're getting split in all kinds of ways.
Hamster steals the kill away. So Krabic's finished off as everybody else looks for a position. Team Liquid still trying to look to group somewhere. Looks like they may well have found their home now, but Desperado is still coming across the fields. This is way down past the antenna. And they're going to go down towards the swampland. There is a couple of compounds available to them down that way.
Desperado's played the western side of these type of circles so many times before. They know that no one is going to hard commit out to the water because, well, eventually the circle will have to go away from it. And I think that's one of the reasons FaZe is sitting down where they are as well. We came early. We know the center is taken now. Let's just wait and see what happens with the circles to come.
M249 on the back for Gaxi.
He's probably the only player that likes that weapon, isn't he?
He definitely likes it. I don't think
I know he does. It's like the Gaxi gun.
It's definitely got his signature gun, I guess you could say. And Aitzy just sweeping away from GamerLegion here. There's plenty of space in these hills for these teams. N47 and the Knights, both coming over Potato Hill, by the way. Here's the Knights. They're bringing up the rear, just ahead of them, N47, a team that's on the tear at the moment. The Knights are looking to try and continue their, I would say, not an amazing day, but they've not had too bad a day either.
Look at who's trying to hold them right here. N47, they figured it out. If we can go down there early enough, it's going to be a breach that should be very, very doable from a gatekeep. But unfortunately, the path goes another way than what they were anticipating, and no kills come off it.
Gustav has been caught out. That's actually way down the western road. And this is what we're talking about, whether some of these teams are expecting players to be. TSM certainly were not. That's going to be Gustav's gone, so the IGL gone for TSM. That could be problematic as the rest of the team decide to turn and burn. James caught out by Edelweiss, so Seven and Team Liquid continue to have a little tit-for-tat back and forward. I don't see the flush, though, so it does look like, yeah, it's going to be a simple building to building. So James will get revived.
We mentioned coming into the game, they're not used to being contested in this area of the map this early on in these sort of circles, but Seven are pretty much sitting and looting the buildings that they like to go for early on in these in these scenarios. So obviously a confrontation that Liquid didn't want to have happen, and well, I mean, they've lost one player. No, actually they haven't. Sorry, James is back on his feet.
Trying to get the revive through, so Dominic just off the side there. It's going to be a little back and forth. I don't think we're going to see Team Liquid push this one like they did on GamerLegion last week. Yeah, it was a really nice push. Here comes ENCE. Oh, Misa's called out. What is that? That's over on the satellite, isn't it? Oh, no, swamp. It's the edge of swamp.
It's like the God compound, and that's actually really important now, because I think, as you can see, Bjorn, he is again the guy who pulls up, the guy that goes aggressive.
Here comes the vehicles.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that knock, if you can get the nade in there as well, that could be crucial, and that could allow for the team. If GamerLegion to push forward is thrown in, but unfortunately, on the backside of the door, great work from NOOKIE in closing the door so it bounced off on the backside.
He had to get that res up so fast, but it's allowed GamerLegion to be right up on their back door. Bjorn's going to toss the nade down the side, secure that one. Team Liquid, they're happy to just stand and watch this one. Looks like they're actually going to peel away from this one, ready and waiting to get to their vehicles and get a move. Jempty's got himself the compound south chopstick, so we'll see whether it works out. Meanwhile, mxey has been done and flushed for FaZe Clan. That was down in the compound on the beachhead. Team Liquid and Seven, I think they're just going to stay where they are now. They were both ready to go, but why not just confirm and stick where you are?
I would assume that Liquid might send with Jempty up north already. You can see him leaving right now. He's going to say either you send a guy up to him or you have Jempty come back down towards your teammates and then maybe disengage the compound and take control of the forest instead. But now Bjorn, GamerLegion, they really want to deal with these guys. They are in a 4v4. Make that a 4v3, I believe. CrowCrowd lost a player early, right? Pretty confident that they were one of the teams out of the 4 dead players so far. One of them had a CrowCrowd name on it.
One of the drive-bys.
Oh no, it was up in the compound. Sadovnik and Krabic was helping on the in the open when they got
N47 crashing onto Reciprocity. It's only Scoom that's in here at the moment. The rest of the team, Monkey down low. Udir's backing away, so Scoom's going to decide to give up on that one. Tried to go to his vehicle, but that's a no bueno.
Yeah. How often do you see two compounds breach this early? If you look at the map stream, if you have that up and available, there are so many fields here, so much terrain you just do not want to play from right now. And that's forcing a lot of these teams to take, well, aggressive fights that normally you wouldn't see them do this early on.
I think I already got took out the car there. 'Cause I saw the UAZ rolling back down the hill there. So that's him and Gustav now gone. So it leaves Rory and Michael. So not a great day for TSM. Rory's about to go straight into the Knights as well, judging by the look of the positioning. Reciprocity, they're forced to back away by N47. Seemingly a team that's very aggressive and making a name for themselves, N47. Starting to be a little bit feared, I reckon, as they continue to pick up a lot of kills.
N47 and GamerLegion back in the closed qualifiers for PEL were both one position from qualifying. So obviously now they're both saying this is like we wanted the spot back then, now we're here and we are coming to fight. That's for sure.
Here goes Desperados. They've took mxey down. They're way down Primorsk way as they just try and look towards the edge of Quarry and continue to just scout and move.
Smart.
FaZe have moved up onto the Quarry wall, so it's kind of a standard position for FaZe these days, it actually seems. Along with Navi as well, so they've kind of got very comfortable now. Ooh, Reciprocity, they've moved up on the hillside, very close to Team Liquid in the distance there. And 7, this little cluster of teams.
I don't think Reciprocity is aware that there are two teams in this compound. So if they get a knock on one, they might over-aggressively push, thinking there's just one team to deal with. ChrizZ is completely backing off. Okay, so if we do the math here, I think, is it 2 kilometer spread? At least 1.5, right, for G2. They've taken control of everything that has anything east on it.
So ChrizZ is on Pachinki Hill, down to Yannis in Ferry Pier. that's how much of a spread they've gone with. Oh, this is not going to go well, Snark. We're straight into Rory. Now, TSM, obviously, they've just come into here, so they're trying to outnumber them. Michael's slowly coming from behind, but Rory is still solo. This is a great little move. Did he just catch an eye on Drayden? Don't think he did. He would have pushed a bit more aggressive. He's waiting for Michael to come around behind them.
They're only two. Only two guys up. Both Iroh and Gustav has already gone down, and actually there was a play up close to help earlier. Fortunately, the flush didn't come in just yet. Drayden spots out Rory, maybe more the other way around, but at least they know for a fact where's Rory. Oh my God, what a finish off. There's no counterplay to that whatsoever.
No, you just can't counter that. Ripped his head clean off. It takes it down to a 2v2. Now, Drayden was in there. We're seeing in the kill feed, actually, Senya's just caught and finished Aitzy. So Aitzy down. Circle updates. It goes on top of Reciprocity and Co. Gemty still holding that South. Chopstick's going to push for it. Wanted. Will get Rory down. Michael, the support arriving. Still able to maybe try and get the revive. And if he can get one more Knights player down, but it doesn't look like it's something he can work with, he may have to give up on this one and try and reposition.
There is someone north of Michael applying so much pressure from the back. It seems like shot flying coming from somewhere outside of what we have available there. It seems like an RV now crashing up towards Reciprocity. They called them. They knew they were coming in here as well. And this could be the work for them. Udyr, do they know that he's inside? I'm not sure.
You can't get in that way, Bestlosh. It doesn't work. He's actually up in the top of the barn, so he's going to have to hold them off. Team Liquid reposition, by the way, to South Chopsticks. They've got DA with them. Udyr gets up on high, has to back away as he gets forced away from it. Now it gets dropped down. I think he should be able to escape on that one unless anyone's watching. Look at the nades coming over the top of the building. Expected him to be holding their position, but they caught a glimpse of Udyr now. So now his escape is not possible without support or smokes.
And they came down to that compound 2 in 1 vehicle, so it's going to be a foot rotation from here, and Reciprocity needs to land some golden shots in order to get this guy back up to them alive.
NIP moving, TSM moving, Knights moving. This is all happening in the northern side, all towards Gatka. Knights can't go straight into Gatka. The ENCE boys are already there. FaZe Clan also on the move. They're actually getting close to this fight here. You keep your eye on the minimap, you may see Fuzzface just start to appear in the bottom corner there. Raise Your Edge also on the move. They're going to bump straight into Desperados on the south edge of Quarry. As here comes FaZe Clan, as I just mentioned. They're about to pop onto your screen right into that fight, and Reciprocity pick themselves up 2 easy kills.
I like the effort, I like the idea, but unfortunately for them, Reciprocity was sitting there and waiting, and that's probably the easiest point Reciprocity's been able to find throughout the tournament so far.
It's been a quiet day for Raise Your Edge. They did pick themselves up a decent amount of points in game 1, but outside of that, it hasn't gone that great. Desperados themselves are desperate to find some points themselves as they push on SIMSY. It's a good catch. SIMSY will finish the damage, but Ultrastar will get taken down by Coldem. ENCE on the side. Now SimSy's going for the push on the wall. That's dangerous. Lynxzy's there. Who's going to catch him out? Lynxzy's not seeing him. Gets himself one. mxey always lines up for it. SimSy could get himself the double. Has to go for the reload. mxey goes for the second peek. Little jiggle around the side. Doesn't work out for him. He's trying to protect his teammates. The flank is coming. CrowCrowd also coming from above. They're getting drawn into the fire that's happening, so they've got to finish this one pretty quickly to wrap it up before they get completely third party.
I was just going to say, you cannot take these types of fights, especially not with the extension to what they did, if you don't have control of the uphill. And CrowCrowd, they're going to completely swarm them now. mxey, there you go, the finish off on towards 60. More should be coming, because both mxey and the guys at Desperados are miles out in the open.
They're going to finish it up. I like what he did there. I'm not too sure if he meant it, but it worked well. Nade up to Calvin. That's going to finish him. Bleed out. Ultra's already bleeding out. You can see TomiL's down low as well. SIMSY just the last man standing for Desperados, the other side of the wall. mxey's the last man there. So, CrowCrowd, I think NOOKIE's just the last man that's going to try and pick up anything he can.
Yeah.
Everybody else is going to head for the circle and find themselves a position. ENCE sending it. ENCE on a move. They're going to go straight in towards Reciprocity, it looks like. That's the position. They're going to try and blast in towards it. Will crash on. We're going to see Reciprocity pushing in. It's going to be Rustanmar that will get taken down, but the rest will come in on Reciprocity. Oh my word, they're just dealing the damage. And then we got GamerLegion onto NIP. Now this is NIP's shank. They're so used to holding on towards this one, but look at Bjorn's flank getting around the back. Surely does he see Gaxi should be able to get around him. Here's the ENCE Reciprocity fight. That's all done and dusted. Bjorn on the push does work out for him. Miracle wasn't ready for it. He gets down. And GamerLegion on a tear here. MBS to the left-hand side. He's going for the finish again for the flush on the points. Absolutely worth it. NIP in the end, though, will finish off GamerLegion.
Commits to the flash, unfortunately only gets one of them, but that's one again, Bjorn able to find those sneaky angles that the opponents just do not anticipate. Fortunately for him, despite 7 shooting on towards him, didn't we gotta look at these rolls. That's committed. That's committed pushing right there.
Oh, we've seen some stylish car attacks in our time. So TRYFFELI trying the barrel roll approach, not really working out too well. Digital Athletics forced to move as they've got the Knights and Team Liquid crashing towards them at the moment as they go up their hill. Znark, oh, that nade's bounced around the back of the car. He gets knocked and finished. That's done. D8 taking down the Knights in style there. Znark will be finished. Last man standing is wanted at South Chopsticks for the Knights, so he's outside the circle. And now, this is going to get interesting. On the hillside, we have G2, DA, and N47 slowly coming up the hill.
And at the same time, we have the guys on Team Liquid sending 3 guys across to try and maintain some sort of control. They know they have to shift away from that compound eventually, leaving just SIMSY behind to hold it in case the circle should hard shift back up north. You never know in PUBG these days. And BS found by Edelweiss from the backside flank should be able to get the rest. And potentially, nope, that's not going to happen. Actually, he's the one out in the open. He should be going down. Yep, that's going to be him out.
Yeah, Miracle out in the blue as well, trying to pick up what he can. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. CrowCrowd have him dead to rights. He's no way across for
He's going to start dancing soon.
Yeah.
Or throw smokes in the water.
Seeing what he can do. So CrowCrowd, they're going to be looking. SIMSY's actually the one that came out, by the way. We didn't follow that one off, but mxey was taken down, so we can only assume SIMSY did finish him off.
I'm a little surprised that CrowCrowd didn't do more to make sure that they had no one behind them, that they actually gave up on that angle, because they knew there were 2 teams down there, and none of them had been finished off yet. So had they just stayed on the hillside, they know they have full control of the mountain anyway. Keep 2 guys dedicated. SIMSY could catch them off guard now.
Vard taken down. That leaves NIP done, because Miracle's already out in the blue, so NIP will probably go out 11th in just a second. We're waiting for Miracle. You can see him in the picture-in-picture, just running and hoping. Seeing if he bleeds out. He's actually running into the blue, so he wants to make sure he denies the point. SIMSY also in the blue, right on behind CrowCrowd. They've no idea he's here. Sees them both lined up. He's going to go for it any second now. He has to make the move. Sees mxey making the push. Come on, do it. You're running out of time. You're going to bleed out now. They're going to try and sneak up. He wants to just sneak out of the blue, and he's done it. He's actually got inside without knowing.
I think the issue for him here is that he's too... Oh, no, he got spotted by Timmy.
Left it too late. Could have had 2 points there.
I think he was afraid. I don't know what attachment he had, but he was afraid with the AK spray down on that distance. It is tricky to do that for a double kill. But as I was saying too, he reached a point at which he'd simply taken too much blue to engage that fight. Because the blue he had taken, that's going to be 1 or 2 bullets from them. There's no way he's ever trading a 1v2 in that situation. So should have either shot earlier or just not backed off completely.
So teams that have to fight now, N47, they have to push in on G2, so expect that to happen. That nade is going to start things off right on ChrizZ's Jawline, he will go down. N47 going to push in. Vaesco will finish the deal, but he gets lit up straight away by Braexco from the side. Vaesco's actually been dropped by Shiv. That's from the center point. As Na'Vi, they're also holding that center, standing on top of the buildings, trying to find what kills they can. N47 got to go for it. They're going to get the revive offs as well, whereas Chris is done. Team Liquid, look at that, they might try and sweep out on Digital Athletics as well. This is all on the northern side.
Yeah, they need to get some ground secured for themselves on the northern side. They have Raskum and Shiv in the compound south. They don't want to force a fight into that. And look at this Pokemon, though. 16.
But look at this position. So he thinks he's safe right now, but CrowCrowd are coming around the mountain when they come. And they're going to see Pokemon clear as day on that hill, on that roof.
You would assume so, at least. It's not exactly the easiest getaway from that roof either. I mean, you can at least tank a couple of bullets if they time on the shots.
How many smokes have they got? NELLOZ is kind of caught in no man's land, doing what he can. So Yannis, there you go. This is Yannis and Braexco going to be the ones they have to fight. Look at Vaesco. Look at the aggression from the young lad. Well, just goes straight around the side there. EB finds wanted. That's the Knights done and dusted as they fall out in 9th place. G2 are getting engaged upon still, though, on this hillside. Actually, speaking of CrowCrowd, they have been spotted. So Aitzy turns onto NOOKIE. So that's the threat they had from the back, so there's no surprise attacks coming there. Yannis got a hit, Page pushing up. They're going to try and deal with it. NELLOZ really from the distance, and I think it's CrowCrowd are shooting at the back of G2 now.
As soon as N47 got the knock on the flush on the first, they had to commit to it. I was seeing this from far away. They were going to get sandwiched, and it's all crumbling. Now Vaesco by himself, he is going to go down, and that's going to be N47 out with just 1 placement point. I believe 2 kills overall, but look at Team Liquid. If they smell a good third party, they are always going to go for it, and they're running straight into DA.
Yeah, DA have turned as well, straight back towards them, but they're a little too late on the positioning because Team Liquid came charging in. Beautiful death up on the rock. This could work out. Can he get the spray down? He catches EB in the back. Is there enough? The nade went in behind, but no, he's getting caught out. The suppressive fire from SIMSY is enough to force a beautiful death behind. Does buy G2 time to get the revive off. NELLOZ will go down, but they've still got 2 alive in the form of Yannis and Braexco, and you can see Braexco instantly punishing Digital Athletics for stealing away their frags on N47.
And it's interesting to see how these two teams played differently, because technically Liquid and Seven were in the exact same situation, except for the fact that Liquid had the northern control. But they've gone aggressive. They want to get the kills. And Seven, they're playing it extremely passive. And that's very contradicting, or a big contrast to how you would see them play back in Contenders. So they would be the Liquid of that group that goes out north, clears the edge, gets those kills. But something has happened to Seven that has forced them to change that playstyle after arriving in PEL.
I think maybe it was just a weak first week. I don't know.
I don't know.
But they definitely went a little bit slightly more passive than we were used to seeing in Contenders. CrowCrowd, you see, well, you know what they wanted? They wanted to get to this compound. They didn't expect anyone in it because Seven have just rotated towards it. It's one of those blaze of glory moments. Tim has actually got himself in there, tries to take and face Sadovnik, but no, did not work.
There's something in my head that does not make sense of how Timmy is alive. 2 guys on the bucky, 4 guys shooting at him. Thank you, but it was too late. He should not ever have been allowed to get to that compound.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been allowed to have that 1v1 with Sadovnik.
Exactly, like that should never have happened.
That danger moment.
Never.
Senya just knocked. He's out still in his compound, so he can get revived from Pokemon. So, let's take stock. We have Reciprocity in the center with 4 alive. Pokemon and Co. for Na'Vi with 4 alive. Team Liquid to the north with 4 alive. They hold the entirety of the north, in fact, and 7 still with 3 alive. So it's a pretty tight fight. We don't forget about NOOKIE as well, the solo player, but unfortunately I think he's dead.
And they're breaking the fruit now off it. I mean, Liquid went aggressive when they didn't have to, but they said, you know what? The more room we can get now, the better off we'll be later. Right now, if you put us like cross straight through diagonally, they have half the circle to themselves. And it's not just they have half the circle, oh, but we know, but they don't know. Believe me, they know for a fact how much room they have to deal with.
Yeah, and look at SIMSY. Look at that. They have all the hillside territory to spread around. Everybody else is downhill. So Team Liquid are looking down on everyone right now. Aitzy's trying to make the play, trying to get the reposition, realizing the danger of the situation. Has got himself that small ditch, but he is in nade range of Reciprocity. The question is, what utils do they have left to try and deal with him?
Reciprocity is going to rely on how Seven plays the rest of this game. You saw it right there for a second. They're so scarce and so open in this compound. They can't go back down south. Na'Vi is holding it. If Seven goes behind them to try and contain on the backside, there's no way Reciprocity is going away from here if it shifts out. And now it does shift, but fortunately for Reciprocity, 7 is still in, so I don't think they're going to push that way anyway.
What that does is force Na'Vi to make a play. They
have to.
Have to either go to Aduzi's position and maybe flank around there, which is
that's the only play that makes
I
sense.
think. Yeah, it's the only one that makes sense. Senya's going to move. He's going to get a better angle of it, better vision, figure out where the play is. Team Liquid, meanwhile, they move further up the hill to try and look down.
And look at Liquid's understanding of the game too. They know they had a guy holding the west side early. They know now, even though that's in, we are not going to get breached from there. It's a 0-sense game for them to push out now. On the other side, we know there's Na'Vi down south somewhere. We have to put all our eggs in this bucket and make sure that nobody comes up from the east. The understanding that they have coming into these, very, very impressive.
Here's the play. Here's the battle. SIMSY keeping them at bay. Not a lot to work with. Na'Vi, that's a lot of utils. That's a lot of smoke. So I reckon that was at least 10 that's gone out there.
But they have been sitting in the compound for a while, so they haven't really been needing to throw them, right?
Good shot from Senya. Catching. They've got very close now. Very much within range, and Senya is actually really piling it up there. But look at Jemty's flank. The flank from Jemty could be huge. Whether it works out or not, he's going to light up. He's going to get BeautflDeath down. That's a big one. It's quickly answered by Aduzi, though, so it's a 1-for-1 as SIMSY, the brother, comes around to try and find him. Can't get the hit. That's not what he wanted. Tries to toss the nades out and try and burn out BeautflDeath. He's going to get revived, though. Jemty, meanwhile, is being left, so now he come on top with that.
He's going to go down. That was a great idea by Jemty, but unfortunately caught off immediately by the guys in Na'Vi. Great play from them, and they'll stay 4 guys up on their feet. Jemty, on the other hand, is going to go down. And Senya, you can see, pushing up on the foot of the hill. This should be the push exactly for reciprocity to go up in third party.
Straight behind Na'Vi. They're going to get caught in the back flank. James will get Senya down. Look at Udyr, gets up inside. Shiv will steal that kill away. BeautflDeath goes down, and they are just caught between 2 teams wanting to pick them apart. It's Team Liquid that will take the lot.
The kill feed can trick you sometimes because there is damage done by everyone, but sure, James got himself a triple. That is not going to be a bad one for him. Tries to do more damage, runs out of ammo. Only 30 bullets left now. That could be a difference maker. In the end of things, that's Sadovnik. Finally, they push out from the compound and they can take all the room in the world because the circle just shifted back up to them once more.
That was so well played. Reciprocity are going to be absolutely gutted they didn't get anything from that because they did all the damage from the back. And honestly, up until that moment, you felt Team Liquid were in trouble. Na'Vi were pushing them. Na'Vi were causing problems. But so well read for Team Liquid to quickly turn, recognize that Reciprocity had made that push from behind, and instantly, the second they all turned and looked the other way, quickly struck. Honestly, if anything, I would say the playoff that was 7. They needed to be more aggressive and maybe put Team Liquid down.
Agreed. They should have committed to it. Honestly, they knew it was an open push from the hillside down. I don't agree with them falling back because now they're giving so much room for their opponents to push over the top.
Yeah, they're just going to sweep around. It's a 3-man sweep. Look at Team Liquid.
They're isolating themselves for somewhat no reason at all.
Yeah, Sadovnik basically, okay.
He has to fall back.
He's done enough to stop them.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing he can do as a solo member there. They're going to continue this push. You can see James is already crossing further forward despite being half HP. This is the aggression that 7 should have showed early. That could have taken Liquid down before, because they had 1 player knocked even.
Yeah, they'd got the big man down. So Ibby's down. Shiv's still down. Forget about Shiv. Monkey, sorry, still down there.
This is what I'm coming back to from before. I mean, they were arguably the most aggressive team in contenders. They just don't have the same fire at all. At least they haven't shown it yet. Buster, great shots up towards SIMSY. It's going to be Sadovnik with a nade to get him down. James all by himself. Now Monkey, he's just going to get that 2nd place guaranteed.
Yeah, Monkey on the move. He actually may be the one that catches James off guard.
Oh, he's
ironically, oh no, he's just took a big hit. Yeah, Edelweiss doing a grand sniper position. So phase 9, center circle point. James closest to it, but that's really not the difference maker. There's actually a lot of open territory. Monkey spotted. The heels maybe clipped. It looks like he's actually got no meds left. I think he's bandaging, judging by what his health is happening. James is just waiting with all them smokes down. Monkey goes for it. Monkey finds it. Edelweiss down. And James is going to be delighted with that play.
Yeah, that is a risk you cannot... I mean, when you're in a 3-man against 2 solos, you don't go 1v1 in a situation like that. That potentially just threw the win away from 7.
Monkey gets the knock, yeah. Oh, he actually does have first aid. He just didn't go for it. Just went for the peak instead, so I guess he felt he had nothing to lose. Sadovnik and Buster, they have to pair up and they have to move around as a pair. At the moment, they're just checking rocks. They're checking everything. And that's give James. James is he's only ever focused on this way, James. So he must feel that his back or whatever position he's in is safe.
The thing is, it's so open on the west side that he's anticipating him to have to go on this side. But the Monkey is he's just hogging it. And you can see Sadovnik as well. They're confused because Monkey is not pushing the way they anticipated that he would. Everyone expects Monkey to push up towards James, but that's not what he's doing.
He's focused on Monkey. I think it was it. He's in and around there, and so that molly actually just sort of
helps him out.
Helps James because he's suddenly like he's not on that tree.
Now he sees him. He sees him.
Oh, the Monkey strikes the headshot, gets himself second place for Reciprocity. Can he go further? Gets one. Reciprocity! Monkey shows the player that absolutely delivered in Phase 1. Turns up and proves why he's in Reciprocity. Takes down 2 teams in a 3v1. Incredible finish. All 3 headshots.
I do not know what Monkey has been doing in Phase 2, but Reciprocity, you should have been doing the same because this guy, wow. Arguably, James should not have spent time swapping over to the SLR at that point because they're so close and James is such a good shooter, especially prone that there's barely any recoil with the M4. Should just have taken the shot there, but for him to not only get the 1v1, but win it 7th through the game when Edelweiss peaked alone.
Honestly, you know, for a team that needed the team that needed a pickup, a team that needed a confidence boost, Reciprocity, they were languishing down the bottom. Obviously, 7 is down there with them as well. That was a win. It was so needed at such a perfect time for them going into day 2. A confidence boost to finish the day. Absolutely incredible. Team Liquid, by the way, I mean, while they got 3rd, I think they had about 10 or 11 kills again there. So another strong points finish for them overall.
Indeed. There's nothing short of it. Very, very impressive.